Ever feel like you're stuck on a financial hamster wheel? You're working harder than ever, but your bank account just isn't growing. You're not imagining it. The rich are getting richer because, frankly, they're playing a completely different game. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain on the 15 brutal truths they live by. These aren't just tips. They are the unwritten rules of wealth. And for a long time, they've felt like a secret. This isn't about working harder. It's about rewiring your entire brain for wealth. Section 1. The mindset shift. Truth number 1. They see the world differently. Here's the first major split. A poor mindset sees the world as it is and complains about it. A rich mindset sees the world as it could be and gets to work building it. They don't just let life happen to them. They set crystal clear goals and make life happen for them. While most people are stuck trading hours for dollars, the wealthy are busy building systems that generate value long after the initial work is done. It's about building a machine that works for you, not just being a cog in someone else's. So stop complaining about what's unfair. Instead, find one problem that frustrates you and brainstorm 3 ways you could create a system to solve it. Truth number 2. They don't hate the rich, they learn from them. It's so easy to fall into the trap of jealousy. Seeing someone else's success and feeling resentment is a fatal mistake because you can't attract what you repel. The rich mindset doesn't waste energy on envy. It celebrates the success of others and actively studies it. They find mentors, they befriend their competition, and they absorb every lesson they can. Find one person who has what you want. Stop being jealous and start being a student. Read their books, listen to their interviews, and break down exactly how they got there. Truth number 3, they focus on opportunities, not obstacles. When a new idea comes along, the first reaction for most is to list all the reasons it will fail. It's too risky. I could lose money. What if it doesn't work? The rich mindset flips that script entirely. It focuses on the potential reward. They don't ignore risk, but they calculate it and weigh it against the massive opportunity for growth. While one person sees a dangerous gamble, the other sees a calculated path to multiply their wealth. Next time you have a big decision, force yourself to write down 10 potential positive outcomes before you even let yourself think about the negatives. Section 2. The action shift. Truth number 4. They buy assets, not liabilities. This is the golden rule, the absolute cornerstone of building wealth. The rich buy things that make them money. Businesses, income-producing real estate, dividend-paying stocks. The middle class and poor buy liabilities they think are assets. Brand new cars, the latest phone, and designer clothes that lose value the second you swipe your card. Before any big purchase, the wealthy ask one simple question. Will this make me money or will it cost me money in the long run? Before your next purchase over $100, stop and ask yourself that exact question. If it's just going to cost you, think twice. Truth number 5, they use debt as a tool, not a trap. For most people, debt is a nightmare. Think high-interest credit cards and loans for things that just lose value. The rich know there's a world of difference between bad debt and good debt. They run from consumer debt but strategically use leverage, good debt, to buy income-producing assets. Think a mortgage on a rental property or a loan to expand a business. They make debt work for them, not against them. I want you to make a list of all your bad debts. Then create a plan to attack the one with the highest interest rate first. Treat it like your house is on fire. Truth number 6, they pay themselves first automatically. Most people get paid, spend money, and then try to save whatever is left over, which is usually nothing. The wealthy do the exact opposite. They spend what's left after they save. The secret? They take willpower out of the equation. On payday, an automatic transfer moves a percentage of their income straight into investment accounts. One study found that 95% of millionaires save 20% or more of their income. Set up an automatic transfer today, even if it's just 5% of your income into a separate account. Just start. Truth number 7, they build multiple income streams. Relying on a single paycheck is one of the biggest financial risks you can take. In contrast, a significant majority of millionaires have multiple streams of income. One famous study by author Tom Corley found that 65% of self-made millionaires had at least 3 streams of income. This isn't about juggling a dozen random side hustles. It's about strategically creating new channels for cash flow, such as rental income, dividend stocks, freelancing a skill, or a small side business. Identify one skill you have that you could charge for. Spend 2 hours this week creating a simple plan to earn your first dollar from it. Truth number 8, they live below their means. This is the habit that makes all the others possible. And here's the kicker. Most self-made millionaires don't look like millionaires. One national study of over 10,000 millionaires revealed that the vast majority live on less than they make, and nearly 3/4 have never carried a credit card balance in their lives. They master the art of resisting lifestyle inflation, that urge to spend more every time you get a raise, because they know true wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Track every single dollar you spend for the next 30 days. You can't fix what you don't measure, and this one act will be a total game changer. We're about halfway through, and if any of these are hitting you right between the eyes, let me know in the comments which one stands out the most. And if you're serious about finally breaking these cycles, make sure you subscribe, because what we're covering next is just as crucial. Section 3, the knowledge and network shift. Truth number 9, they prioritize financial education over entertainment. The wealthy read like it's their job, but they're not just reading for fun. A foundational study by Tom Corley on the habits of the rich found that 88% read for self-improvement for at least 30 minutes a day, compared to just 2% of the poor. They're consuming biographies, financial news, and industry trends. While many people binge watch the latest streaming series, the rich are upgrading their mental software. Swap 30 minutes of screen time for 30 minutes of reading about money or your industry. Listen to an educational podcast on your commute. Truth number 10, their network is their net worth. You've heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's a cliche because it's true. People with a broke mindset tend to hang around others who reinforce their own limiting beliefs. The rich actively build a network of mentors and high achievers who challenge them to think bigger. Groundbreaking research led by Harvard economist Raj Chetty analyzed 72 million Facebook users and found that friendships across class lines, what he calls economic connectedness, are one of the strongest predictors of a person's upward income mobility. In fact, if children from lower income families grew up with the same number of wealthy friends as the average wealthy child, their future adult income would increase by 20% on average. Find someone in your field who is 2 steps ahead of you and offer to help them for free. Add value first. Truth number 11, they embrace discomfort. You cannot grow and be comfortable at the same time. It's impossible. The wealthy know this, so they consistently put themselves in situations where they feel out of their depth, because that's where the real learning happens. Research on self-made millionaires shows a huge majority took calculated risks to build their wealth. Tom Corley's research on entrepreneurs, for example, found that 27% of them failed in business at least once and kept going. This week, do one thing that professionally scares you. Pitch that big idea, ask for the raise, or take on the project you don't feel 100% ready for. Truth number 12, they master delayed gratification. Our entire society is built on I want it now. Buy now, pay later. The wealthy operate on the complete opposite principle. They are masters of waiting. Instead of financing a luxury, they save up and pay cash, saving a fortune in interest and building the muscle of discipline. The ability to suffer now for a much bigger reward later is a superpower. Next time you want to make an impulse buy, force yourself to wait 72 hours. If you still want it after 3 days, then you can consider it. Trust me, most of the time, the urge will vanish. Section 4, the final truths. Truth number 13, they don't rely on a single path to wealth. There isn't just one way to the top. Research by Tom Corley identified 4 main paths people take to become millionaires. There are the saver investors, the big company climbers, the virtuosos who are the best at what they do, and the dreamer entrepreneurs. Some build wealth slowly over 30 years with discipline. Others do it much faster by building a business. The point is, they pick a path that fits their personality and commit to it with relentless consistency. So, what are you? A disciplined saver? A corporate climber? A world-class expert? An innovator? Align your financial strategy with your natural strengths. Truth number 14, They believe they create their own luck. The broke mindset believes life just happens to you. They blame the economy, their boss, their childhood, anything but themselves. The rich mindset knows that they are the creators of their own lives. It's about radical responsibility. They don't wait for the lottery or the government to save them. They know deep down that the world owes them nothing. In Corley's research, only 8% of millionaires attributed their wealth to random luck, emphasizing that persistence is what creates opportunity. Eliminate the phrase "I can't" from your vocabulary for 1 week. Every time you want to say it, ask "How can I?" instead. This tiny shift moves your brain from being a victim to being a problem solver. Truth number 15, they know that building wealth is boring. Let's be honest. The real secret to getting rich isn't about flashy stock picks or get-rich-quick crypto schemes. It's boring. It's about consistent, unsexy habits repeated over and over and over for years. The overwhelming majority of millionaires built their fortunes through consistent saving and prudent investing over a long period. They automate their investments into low-cost index funds, and they let compound interest do the heavy lifting. It's slow, it's methodical, and it is profoundly effective. Automate your investments into a low-cost index fund and make a promise to yourself not to touch it for at least 5 years. Let time and consistency do their magic. These truths feel brutal because they put the power and the responsibility right back in your hands. Yes, the system can feel skewed, but the wealthy have proven over and over that you can win by playing with a different set of rules. And it doesn't start with getting more money. It starts with adopting a more powerful mindset. The first step was watching this. The next step is deciding to change. Let me know in the comments which of these truths hit you the hardest. And if you're ready to stop playing by the old rules and start building real wealth, subscribe for more content that the 1% would rather you not see.